Aloha and welcome to this video. My name is Motivational Micah and I am an addict. In this video I'm going to be sharing with you a little bit about my life's experience, and basically I did want to talk about addiction in this video. And so basically what I've come to find for my own personal self is that at one point in my life, or at multiple points in my life, I was very addicted to escaping reality. And I feel that is where most of why I gravitated onto this or why I gravitated onto that, it all stems from the place of wanting to escape reality, wanting to escape this experience, wanting to escape life itself, wanting to get away from my problems, wanting to leave all of what I have, just leave it all, go experience something different. And so I'm going to be sharing with you guys a little bit about my journey and my life's experience. So I'd say my first addiction, the first and longest addiction I've ever had, was with video games. I have fallen in love with video games ever since I was a little kid. And honestly, video games have been something I would consistently go back to, something I still actively struggled to leave behind and just move on from that addiction. I definitely think video games can give a lot of perspective, or they can be really healthy or helpful to people, but in the long run, I've realized for myself, I have lost thousands and thousands of dollars playing video games. I haven't spent thousands and thousands of dollars, but the opportunity cost of me playing video games is at least $100 a sitting. Every time I sit down and play Xbox for 6 hours, I could have at least made $100 if I was out doing Lyft and Uber. And that's just a fact. And I've been a Lyft and Uber driver for 2.5 years, and if all the times I was playing Xbox in the past 2.5 years, I was doing Lyft and Uber, I mean, honestly, that's probably at least $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 that I've spent playing video games. That's the opportunity cost of me playing video games. So I've lost thousands of dollars because I have an Xbox. And that's just my experience. You know, video games is probably the easiest way to experience a new reality. It's the easiest way to put on a headset and just stare at a screen. You got your controller and boom, you're in a new world. You're off doing some crazy things. You can drive Lamborghinis, you can go save the world, you can go be a superhero, you can, fight zombies, whatever it is, you can go experience this new reality. When you're playing the video game, you're not so caught up in the world that you're living in right now. You escape from it. It's like you're dreaming. It's a different reality. It's a different escape. So I guess that's really what I wanted to say about the video games. I do think video games are awesome. One of my favorite things about video games is all the parents that used to say, you'll never make any money playing video games. Well, now there's a lot of millionaires that just play video games. There are young kids who are making millions of dollars and all they do is play video games. They're full-time streamers, full-time gamers, and they're really good at playing video games and they're getting paid for it. So it's definitely an interesting reality where, so many people thought video games were just negative. I don't really think video games are negative per se, but they've definitely been an addiction for me, and not always a positive one. Definitely distracts me and takes a lot of my time, takes a lot of my money, and a lot of my focus is a lot less organized when I play video games. So similarly, I noticed when I went into high school, that's when I started to really feel that school wasn't really for me. I didn't like just the way I was expected to conform, the way I was expected to wear a uniform, cut my hair, and get good grades and study and do all this. And I just didn't like the way the education system was formed or created, or my experience in that education system. I didn't like it. And so probably my junior year of high school, that's when I started to experiment with marijuana. And marijuana has definitely been the addiction that has completely changed my life, 100%. Some good, some not so good. But it's been an interesting experience for me personally. When I first started smoking, I pretty much was like instantly converted. I remember when I was pretty young that I was like, I love marijuana so much. I never ever want to pass a drug test. But right here, right now, I could pass a drug test. And it's kind of this feeling, this vibration, this experience where you feel safe, you feel comforted, you feel loved, you feel just, I mean, it's different for everybody. Everybody experiences drugs different. But for me, it was definitely a safe place where my mind could think whatever it wanted and could have crazy thoughts and have deep and trippy conversations with people. And I spent a lot of time philosophizing about life. Why am I here? Why is society the way it is? Why do we have to go to school? What is this? What is that? What is this? And I really spent a lot of time just thinking about the world, thinking about myself, thinking about the universe, thinking about energy, vibration, frequency, and it definitely helped open my mind. It definitely helped open my awareness, open my perspective in life 100%. But ultimately, I realized the side effects from smoking marijuana. I ultimately realized I was getting high all the time, almost all day, almost every day. And that was what I embodied, that is what I enjoyed, that's what I liked. It was a comfort. It was something that just resonated with me. It was something that was safe, something that gave me peace. It was something that allowed my mind to be free from the day's stress, the day's worries, the day's experience, my life's experience. It was freedom of my mind. My mind was free. But it was, what I personally realized for myself was I was just prolonging these issues or these experiences that I was going through financially. You know, I wasn't getting any better. I wasn't getting in a better place. You know, I was just doing nothing. I learned to love to do nothing through pot. You know, I loved just relaxing, closing my eyes, meditating, thinking, chilling, sitting on the beach, sitting in the backyard, whatever it was. I just learned to love doing nothing. And I'm not a very functional stoner. I'm not someone that's able to go and do a whole bunch of things while I'm high. I don't really want to do a whole bunch of things while I'm high, when I have been high in the past. But ultimately, I realized that I was spending a lot of money, a lot of my time, a lot of my energy on something that wasn't really serving me anymore. At one point, I used to get a lot of insights, a lot of deep thoughts, a lot of wisdom from getting high and smoking. But at some point, things just got less and less and less. I got less and less high. I enjoyed it less and less. I started to get more anxiety when I wasn't high. I started to get more just a feeling of not really being in control of who I was or myself or my decisions. You know, I always felt like I could stop smoking pot, but when I started to stop smoking pot is when I realized I couldn't. Honestly, I probably tried about 20 to 30 times on my own. All right, this is the last time I'm smoking. And I believed it. I thought I was gonna stop. I thought I was gonna stop. And I never really made it more than a week or two. And that was just my experience. It was something I couldn't really let go, even though I knew I wanted to. Even though I knew I wanted to leave it behind. It wasn't serving me anymore. I was ready to move on. I felt that and I knew that, but the key was I didn't know anybody who was sober. I didn't know anybody who had already been through that and gotten sober. And that's what I really needed. And I was able to find that. I really believe in the synchronicity of the universe. And the person I needed to meet in my life came to me at that moment. And he was sober and he went through his experiences in life. And he was very wise, very deep, and very spiritual. And so he really helped me get through that process. Everybody has their own path to walk in life. So, I don't think sobriety is something everybody needs. And I'm not necessarily someone who's going to be sober forever. I achieved, a year and a half of complete sobriety. Aside from vaping on my nicotine vape, I was 100% drug-free. Maybe a little bit of caffeine every now and then, but I went a year and a half. At the age of 21, I went a year and a half sober. It was really, really tough, really, really challenging, but also very enlightening. Definitely also showed me a different part to myself. I realized I actually like being sober. I actually feel like it's an amazing experience to be experienced sober, to live life on life's terms. And I enjoyed it 100%, but I wasn't sure if I could go back and try marijuana again. And I went back out and started smoking occasionally, and then occasionally led to every day, and then I got back to the same old, same old, same old. And so for me, I've made a decision that drugs and alcohol or anything else is not in my day-to-day life. It's not in my week-to-week life. I'm sober. I'm living a sober lifestyle, but I'm not opposed to those one-time experiences, or if I'm out camping or out at a festival, I'm not too sure what my future looks like, but that's kind of where my thought is right now, and it's working for me right now. Being sober has definitely been one of the most major things that has helped me in my life. Smoking weed changed everything for me, and then getting sober changed everything for me again. So I guess that's really all I wanted to kind of share with the weed thing and the drugs and sobriety. So that was my addiction with pot. I'd say another big addiction I've had is sleeping. In the past, I've gotten used to sleeping for like 12 hours at a time or more, and just sleeping and sleeping and sleeping, waking up after having already slept 8 hours and going back to sleep. And just that escape worked for me too. I don't really know what it was about the reality of the world, but I just wanted to escape from it. And I actually got really into dreaming as well, and a little bit of lucid dreaming. I'll talk about more of these topics in other videos for sure, but basically it just got to the point where I was getting all these deep dreams, a lot of wisdom. I had things like manifest into reality the next day or months later. I started writing down my dreams, and I loved dreaming. I loved that experience, but it got to the point where it was like, do I just want these temporary dreams, or do I want to make my life a dream? Do I want to make my life the life of my dreams? And so I think that's really what has kind of shaked me out of sleeping so much. I don't really know much about why we get that way, but I know it's a common thing for people to sleep or to oversleep. Sleeping's been another thing I've been addicted to in the past. And then I think last thing I wanted to share was just the TV and the Netflix and social media, just looking at a screen and getting absorbed into it. I know for myself personally, I'm definitely a binge watcher. I'll sit and watch a whole season of whatever TV show I'm getting into. And that's just something I've learned for myself. They make TV shows really good nowadays. They make them almost impossible to stop watching. You have to watch the next episode and the next episode and the next episode. But for me, I just get so involved into that story. I just get so entrenched in what's going on that I don't feel like I really have a choice. Like, that's why I don't really like TV shows. I'm down with movies because an hour and a half, 2 hours, 2.5 hours is an okay amount of time for me to sit and watch something. But to sit for 10 hours and watch a whole series, a whole season, that's kind of where I think things get a little crazy. So that's just something about myself, is what I've realized is I have that addict personality, whatever it is. And so what I need to do for myself is choose that which I want to be addicted to. We all become addicted to the things we're addicted to through habits. So, if I play Xbox every day, I'm going to have that craving to play Xbox every day. If I watch TV every day, if I smoke weed every day, if I do those things every single day and I make those habits, that's when things start to become a craving in the mind. That's when you're starting to wire those connections. And once those things get wired, it feels nearly impossible to break, but addictions can be broken. Addictions can be changed. And so I've proven that for myself, and I know that that's a reality. It's just extremely difficult and extremely hard, and takes a lot of self-dedication and having that goal and sticking to that goal no matter what. So I know for myself that I would like to be more addicted to life. I love life. I'm here alive as a human in a physical body on the planet of Earth, surrounded with, 7 billion, 8 billion other humans on this planet, and so many other various forms of other plants and other life and other creatures. I want to go experience life. I want to go live life. I want to go out in nature, and I want to see beautiful places. I want to be addicted to traveling. I want to be addicted to making movies, making videos, making music, making art, creating beauty. Observing beauty and creating beauty. That's what I want to do with my life. That's what I want to be addicted to. I want to be addicted to inspiring people, motivating people, helping people, and just kind of shifting the mindset of the masses. The masses are definitely under some daydream, some illusion that what they're doing, they're just accepting it. They're just condoning it. They're conforming to the lifestyle that they live, but we are all destined for so much more. We all have the ability to be so much more, to live so much more, to feel so much more, to experience so much more. And so I think that's really where I'm at with everything, is I'm actively working on myself. I'm actively trying to be the best version of myself I can be. I want to help others. I want to spread love. I want to spread aloha. I want to spread wisdom. I want to spread just good vibes and support and just good energy. I want the world to come together, to unite, to be happy, to solve the world's problems, to fix the world. I used to be addicted to escaping reality. Now I'm addicted to changing, creating, evolving, or fixing reality. Reality is amazing. Life is amazing. And not everybody feels that way. I'd say most people are addicted to escaping their lives. If it's through TV, or if it's through partying, or if it's through this, or through that, or through this. We all choose our addictions. We all choose our habits. We all choose our life. And we can all choose something different. We can all create that which we want to create. We can all live how we want to live. We can all make our dreams come true. You can do whatever you want to do with your life. I can do whatever I want to do with my life. The world we live in is always changing, always evolving, always growing. And we need to grow with it. We need to evolve in our own lives. We need to evolve spiritually, emotionally, physically, mentally to get to the place where we want to be in life. We need to start doing the things we want to do and stop doing the things that just waste our time. And I guess that's really what I wanted to share in this video. I know this is probably a super long video because I just wanted to share and just speak and just let everything flow out. I wanted to talk about addiction. I wanted to share my experiences and my journey and my life. And, that's not the whole story. This is just a small glimpse into it. But definitely want to add more to certain parts, certain things. But I really appreciate you watching this video if you've watched it all the way to the end. Much love, much aloha. I support you. I believe in you. I know you can achieve your wildest dreams in life. I know you can be that which you want to be, that which you were destined to be. The world we live in is changing and we need to change with it. So with that, much love, much aloha. Go live your best life. Go have a wonderful day today. Go spread love. Go be the best version of yourself you can be. Go be the person you want to be in life. Much love, much aloha. Have a good one. Mahalo for watching this video.